Oh yes, Archbishop Fitzgerald. He came in and he walked out towards me, and then he threw his arms around my neck, hugged me, literally hugged me, and I was looking over his left shoulder, looking straight into the eyes of Sister Catherine. So I did this, and she did this. We were kind of smiling at each other. So I didn't know what was happening. So then he said he wished to speak to me. So I nodded to Sister Catherine to withdraw. And he said to me, I have a problem. Oh, I said, and what is your problem? Well, he said, in my diocese, I've got 2 Irish priests, and as you know, I'm Irish. Yes, you're from Limerick, I said, yes. And I've got these 2 Irish priests. And I wrote a pastoral letter, sent it around to all the parishes in the diocese to be read by the priests. Now, these 2 Irish priests have refused to read it. He said to me, what am I to do? Oh, I said, that's quite simple, I said. Quite simple. I said, divide and conquer. Find out which is the stronger. Then I said, you invite him in to see you, and you have a bottle of whiskey, preferably Irish whiskey. Or if you can't get Irish, I would then recommend a good Scotch malt, and some water, 2 glasses. And when he comes in, we'll tell him you're welcome, and then pour a glass for him, for yourself, and if he wants to know what, then cheers. And then you ask him, did you read that pastoral letter which I sent you? Of course he'll say no. And you ask him, well, why didn't you read it? Well, it doesn't really matter what he says. And you say, well, now, I was appointed here as Archbishop. If I had not been appointed, suppose, for example, you had been appointed, and you had written a pastoral letter asking it to be read, and suppose I had refused to read it. I mean, how would you have felt about that? Oh, sorry. Have the glasses again, tip, fill them up, Cheers. Now, how would you have felt about that? So, you go on talking amicably, and then, after a while, third glass. And I said, I can guarantee that by the 3rd glass, he will have seen the light. Oh. I said, I know it's very effective. I said, I've proved it by experience. Now I said, send for the other guy. Get a new bottle of whiskey, new one, and open it for the first time, and have the glass there, and go through the same procedure. And he also will have seen the light by the 3rd glass. So he said, thank you very much. Then Sister brought him in the coffee and the cookies, and he had his breakfast before going off to wherever he was to be located during the synod. Well, now, time passed, as time usually does, and it so happened that Archbishop Fitzgerald was appointed as the delegate for the following synod. He was there 3 synods in a row. And he came to the following synod. We had been in communication between that. He had sent me a letter or an article which he asked me to publish. It was an interesting one. I published it. And then he came, the 3rd time he came to see me, and came into my office one morning, And I smiled and I said to him, well, I said, how did it go? So he said, both saw the light after the second glass. We didn't have to go to the third. So that was one incident. These were the two people who were so angry with me for not publishing their thing. Afterwards they became friends. They became close friends. And both praised me for having published Humane Vitae. Fitzgerald had said on the second visit, he said to Sister Catherine, this is a great man. He published Humane Vitae. She couldn't believe her ears. Neither could I. So I think that is the story of Humane Vitae.